What's good, y'all? What's up? Tapping in with y'all for a few, man. Let y'all know what I'm saying? J Mills, DNA, and Goodz. So DNA and Goodz is fake as hell, bro. You got your ass whooped, bro. You started a fight, DNA, Goodz. Y'all started a fight. You got your ass whooped, DNA, and Goodz. Y'all got whooped on, and instead of y'all being a bigger man and say, yo, J Mills did his thing. Yo, J Mills was fire. Yo, J Mills was the better man. Instead of y'all doing that, y'all ducking y'all taco. Now y'all hiding. With DNA, where Goodz at? You know what I'm saying? Give J Mills his props, bro. Give J Mills. Yo, Derek, salute to you, my guy. Salute to Derek. Derek in the building. Salute to Derek. Give J Mills his props, bro. Because if J Mills had lost, I guarantee y'all would have been on all the blogs, clowning the man, disrespecting the man. J Mills won in an unfair battle, and y'all ain't even giving the man his respect, his props, the credit due for putting up a uneven fight. Y'all try to jump the man. The man whooped on y'all, and y'all ain't gonna give him his props for that. Y'all ain't gonna give him his credit for that. Y'all weak as hell, bro. That's how I know y'all ain't no street dudes, bro. Y'all ain't never been through nothing. Cause even if you lose in a fight, homie, you better shake the other dude's hand and say, yo, man, you put up a good fight, man. We'll lose or draw. You don't just get mad and get in your feelings like a woman. Nah, y'all ain't blogging. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Cause all of this is tied to your name for life. So no matter what you do, they gonna clown you in the comments for J Mills, you and DNA. That's why you gotta pick your fights. You pick a fight, y'all both pick a fight that y'all lost. And now this forever gonna stain your jacket. It's the same as Serious Jones and Math Hoffa. Like even though Math Hoffa, sucker punched Serious Jones, and Serious Jones got his get back. He got his get back in Miami, even though Serious Jones got his get back. It wasn't on camera. So people ain't trying to hear, yo, Serious Jones got the get back. People don't want to hear Serious Jones got Math in Miami. All they want to know about is Serious Jones getting punched on camera. So, I saw people see what's on camera. You know what I'm saying? But even then, like, my thing is give J Mills credit. Cause y'all say, yo, J Mills is outdated. J Mills can't rap with us. J Mills don't got bars. Y'all said that. J Mills showed y'all in over 6 different songs how y'all are wrong. And instead of y'all clearing that up like a man would say, yo, you know what? Yo, J Mills, man, we called you out, but you really step up to the plate, man. You know what I mean? You really showed us, that you still got it. You still got it, J Mills. That's what DNA and Goodz should have did. But what did DNA and Goodz do? They hide. They're hiding right now. That's coward shit, bro. You hiding? You a coward to me. You a coward to me, bro. First of all, y'all started it with the man. Y'all started it with J Hood. Salute to you, Derek. Salute to Mod Gang. Always Mod Gang. Y'all started with the man. Y'all started with J Mills. Y'all started the whole thing. Trying to clown the man. The man updated his resume on y'all. He put that work in for weeks. We all paid attention to it. We all was blogging on the diss songs. We all was blogging on this. We was blogging on that. It was lit. Now y'all trying to make this fade away into obscurity. Nah, not when I'm here. I made this live stream specifically for that. I know the world got amnesia, Everybody done forgot about Goodz, DNA, and J Mills. Well, I'm here to remind y'all, man. They ain't get a man his props, bro. They ain't give him his props. Who's that? That's J Mills. J Mills is a rapper slash battle rapper that was signed to Young Money. You feel me, Charles? So Lil Wayne signed J Mills. So J Mills could brag. J Mills got something over Goodz and DNA. J Mills could say, I made songs with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne signed me over y'all. So J Mills always got something over their head. J Mills could say, Goodz, you ain't get signed by Lil Wayne. DNA, you ain't get signed by Lil Wayne. So how dare y'all talk down on me? How dare you? How dare them? These are battle rappers. J Mill is known on a worldwide stage, performing with Young Money, Drake, Nicki Minaj. And anytime you in that group, I don't care if you're the front man. I don't care if you're in the back. You on the team. You on the team. Goodz never been on the team. DNA never been. So how dare them have the nerve to talk down on somebody who accomplished something you never accomplished? DNA and Goodz never could stand in front of Lil Wayne when he was hot and got signed. None of y'all did. None of y'all got signed by Lil Wayne in the early 2000s. Only one did was J Mills. So what are we talking about here? Y'all could never be above J Mills. Madden walks. See, Goodz want this to stick. Goodz want this to go away so he could sell them Madden walks. You know them, the Madden Jones. That's why he wanted to go away. He's a scammer. Goodz is a scammer, bro. Y'all was paying extra for a knockoff Steve Madden replica. He was charging y'all over $100 extra for a knockoff replica that he stole that design from. He lucky he ain't got sued for that. Because if that was me, I'd have sued you, Goodz. You stole my shit. Then I go on this website, and it's on your website for a higher price than what I was selling it for. We ain't doing that. Hell no, Goodz. I'd have been on your ass. Pause. I'd have been on you. Yo, what's up, Steven? What's going on, y'all? I'd have been on Goodz like, nah, homie, we ain't doing that. You was a biggest scammer. You was a hater. Goodz is you could see it in his aura, in his posture, the way he talk. Goodz is a hater. DNA is a chump. So you got a chump and a hater. Goodz and DNA, they're gonna go together. They're gonna go together. He backstabbed Shine for the URL, and the URL don't even rock with you like that. That was the crazy part. DNA thought he would have got, brownie points, by backstabbing Shine to show smack in the URL, his alliance to them. And in turn, they don't even deal with you like that. So you messed up a friendship over nothing, DNA. You fake, man. You fake, man. And Shine had your back. When Shine and Chess was in that fight, Chess pushed the shit out you. Remember that? Yeah, remember that, DNA? Every time Shine had a fight, every time Shine had an incident on stage, you was always scared, bro. You was never front line with Shine, bro. Shine is front line, ready to scrap, ready to fight. DNA scared in the back. Shine mush Chess, right? And DNA don't understand street shit. Once you mush me, whoever you with, you know what I'm saying? It's on sight for both of y'all. So Shine mush Chess, and DNA trying to be a peacemaker to Chess, and he don't know he aligned with Shine. So Chess pushed the shit out of DNA. Whoom! Almost pushed him off the stage. You know, DNA fell back and ain't do nothing. DNA ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing. Come on, bro. I can't have no man like that on my side. I'm like, DNA is a bitch. Excuse my language. Like you a coward, bro. You think the clothes, you think you know how you talk is gonna fix that? That ain't gonna fix nothing. Ain't no matter how much Jordans you got, no matter how much clothes you wear, no matter how much fly you been. You know what I'm saying? You still a sucker. The clothes can't dress it up. So I don't care. You know, people think they could wear the flyest clothes. I had a pants sagging off your ass. You know, your pants sagging. Like that makes you real. That don't make you real because your pants sagging. That don't make you real because you wear the flyest outfits. That don't make you real. Listen, man, you a clown. You a sucker, man. You know what I mean? Just a fly sucker. You just a fly fake. You know what I mean? Just a fly coward. That's all it is. You a coward that dresses fly. You a coward that's a sucker. No amount of clothes could change that. Nothing could change that, bro. Your actions. Chess pushed the shit out you, bro. Chess pushed you, damn near push you off the stage. Damn near push your heart to the left. And you ain't do nothing. You just stood there and took it. The same way somebody knocked your teeth out. Remember? That's what you said. You said you was in a fight and somebody knocked your tooth out. You're a victim. You're a victim, bro. And a coward too. A sucker at that. That'll backstab the only person that was riding for you. Only Sean was riding for you. Sean put his thing on the line for you. No, but Sean a real one. So like real people and fake people, we can't mix. So I knew that wasn't gonna work. Because DNA is fake. He's the opportunist. You know what I'm saying? He don't know loyalty. So DNA gonna mess up this whole situation. He's a clown to me, man. He's a clown, DNA. And Goodz, you a clown, man. Because none of y'all had the guts to say, yo, J Mills whooped us, bro. You know, we know you lost. It's no mystery that DNA and Goodz got their ass whooped. It's no mystery to that. But it will be commendable if y'all made it known to the public. Yo, the battle was over. J Mills won. It is what it is. That's it. It is what it is. But these clowns can't even do that. They can't even do that. Bosses take losses, man. That's a part of life. If you're a boss, you're going to take loss. If you into the competition, you're going to take losses, bro. You're going to take losses in this thing, man. Come on, man. It's crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. Bosses take losses, man. You know what I'm saying? It happens. He said 1 month until what? Karma? What is that? Oh, Christmas. Listen, man, I don't celebrate them holidays that y'all do, but salute to y'all. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, man, but you know, that's crazy, man. I love my people, man. I love y'all. Y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. If you ain't a bot, y'all hit the like button. Damn, Precious, what's up? How you been, Precious? Hit the like button. There you go. Precious in the building. She sure is precious. Shout out to my sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know, man. Shout out to my sisters, man. Yeah, bro, we gotta talk about that guy. That guy who burnt that woman. we got to talk about that guy who burnt that woman, bro. I hate to see men pick on women, bro. Like, the women are so delicate. Women need to be protected and nurtured, bro. The guy in Chicago, a guy burnt a woman alive, just practically doused her in flames and set her on fire. I was mad at the guy. I was mad at him, bro. I was mad at the suspect. I was. Until no, she lived. She lived, but she's burned over 60% of her body. So she's not RIP. She's not RIP. But I was mad at the guy until I realized the guy was arrested over 70 something times. Over 70 something times he was arrested. And one of his arrests is violent. He knocked somebody out unconscious. So that goes to show me that this guy has a violent record. And like I said, I would have blamed him, but I can't. I gotta blame the judges and the DA and the prosecutors who keep letting him out. Like how many times are you going 70? Like, when do you realize that he's never gonna change, bro? After number 2, number 3, that should have been it, bro. Why does it take 70 arrests and now for a woman to be burned over 60% of her body for y'all to lock him away for life? What happened 70 something times, bro? When are you gonna say he's never gonna change? Why does it take for the family to suffer for y'all to finally lock him away for life? You know why? The judges don't care. The prosecutors, the DA, they don't care because they don't live amongst the criminal. They live in a gated community far away from the criminal element. So they have no compassion for releasing these criminals back into society. 70 times, he should have never been released after the 4th time. After the 4th time, he should have never been released. So I can't even blame him because he was in custody. The cops did their job, arresting him every time. The cops did their job, but the judges and DA, they let him back into society. 70 times. They let him back. So who do we be mad at? Do we be mad at him, the suspect, or should we be mad at the judicial system that's so weak on punishing criminals? I thought about it long and hard. I can't be mad at him no more. I got to be mad at the judges and the prosecutors. They got blood in their hands. They are the reason why. The criminals are locked away. Somebody is opening a cell 70 something times and say, okay, go back into society. Go back into society. Go back into society. 70 times? So who do we be mad at? The suspect? Or we be mad at the judges who don't get it? These people are going to keep reoffending, and then you want to lock them away for life after they kill somebody. It's too damn late. You think the family want to hear that? You think the family of that woman who got burnt want to hear? Damn, if they kept him in prison, this wouldn't have happened. But they released him back into society, and he keep reoffending every time. Every time he keeps reoffending. When are the judges going to keep these people away? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, man, we got to put the blame where it needs to be. The responsibility falls on the judges and the DAs and all of them for not keeping him locked away. Locked away for life. He should have been locked away for life. How many families did this guy hurt? So many families this guy hurt. And the judges don't care. They don't care, bro. So I can't fault the suspect anymore because they are locked away. They are not breaking out of prison and doing this stuff. Somebody is letting them out of prison. It's a big difference. I understand if he broke out and he did that. No. Somebody let him out of prison 70 something times. He's in his cell facing punishment. And somebody, it says, okay, let him go. Okay, let him go. Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. America is soft on crime. I remember one time California had 3 strikes. He was in jail for life. Remember that? The 3-strike law in California? 3 strikes. And you was in jail for life. Even California got soft on crime. You know what I'm saying? So, I say that to say that the judges and them, they don't protect you, man. They don't protect you. They put the criminals right back in the street because they love to see chaos. They are agents of chaos. Again, the judges don't live where the criminals be, so they could care less. They just release them into society and watch the chaos. Agents of chaos, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk, man. What happened to that woman is unfortunate. You could imagine her, like, like her mind frame is like, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do? Did I do something wrong to make this guy burn me? What did I do? That's gonna play in her mind. She's gonna be depressed. Now she got a mountain full of bills for no reason. She's a burned victim for the rest of her life. 60% of her body. Her life changed like that. Like that. If I was her, I would be suing the hell out of Chicago. I'll be suing, first of all, why was this guy allowed to be out of jail after being arrested 70-something times? If he was locked up in prison, in jail, I would not be a burned victim. So she has a tremendous lawsuit on that alone for them not having him locked up after the multiple arrests. And she could sue the state for what happened to her. Sue for the medical bills, all kind of pain and suffering. Her lawsuits is in the multi-millions. That the state got to pay out. They got to pay out. Because they're in the wrong all across. He shouldn't have been out of prison in the first place. You know what I'm saying? From Guyana. I originated from Guyana. Guyanese. You know what I'm saying? So he shouldn't have been out in the first place. It's it's not about black and white. It's about right and wrong. Like I don't trip off the skin color and none of that. I go off right and wrong. This guy is a predicate felon. He's a career criminal that should have been locked away for life. Black, white, green, purple. I don't care what you are. I go off your record. You dig what I'm saying? He should have been locked away for life. That way, that woman, wouldn't have been a burn victim that got to suffer. You know what I'm saying? I've been burned. A little burn. And that thing hurt imagine you burn 3rd-degree burns over 60% of your body, man. You know how that feel? You know the pain in that? You could imagine just think of a little burn you had by mistake touching a stove or something. And that thing burns so, now you got to put petroleum jelly to ease the pain of a burn. Now, that's not even 1st degree. That's not 2nd degree. That's not 3rd-degree burns. That's a light graze. And that felt like, man, so imagine 3rd-degree burns over 60%. You got to put yourself in people's shoes, bro. That way you can have compassion and empathy for people, bro. So if you don't have compassion and empathy for people, then you can't put yourself in their shoes. I try to put myself in her shoes. She gonna question, like, what did I do? Why did he do this to me? You know, what did I do? She gonna wake up like, what did I do? I was just on my phone. A random person just burned me for the rest. What did I do to deserve this? You know, you're gonna question that. Cause I would if I was her in her shoes. I'm gonna question it, sitting up at night. Like, damn, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this life right here? What did I do? You know, sometimes it's just better to stay home. I knew she eat like regrets. She probably regret going out that day. Like, you know, regrets that could cause her for depression, bro. We really gotta watch out for her because she could end her life. Like that right there, you lose the will to live. That's no, especially if she had a boyfriend and then she had a social life. It's like all it like like will my boyfriend still be around? Will my boyfriend dump me now that I look like this after this horrific injury? Will people stick around? A lot of depression. So I put myself in people's shoes, man, who's suffering. I put yourself in their shoes. You gotta appreciate you. Yeah, precious. Like the life if you didn't. Appreciate you, precious. You know, I try to put myself in people's shoes, have empathy and sympathy for them, bro. Because she ain't do nothing to deserve that, bro. She didn't do nothing to deserve that. And it was just so random walking amongst us, bro. That's why it's so pivotal that you not keep your head in your phone, bro. Like I'm not victim blaming her for nothing. But you gotta be aware of your situations, you know what I'm saying? It's sad, man, that people will harm you because they mentally ill, which he probably wasn't. He's not mentally ill, so he cannot use that as a cop out. He's a career criminal that, for whatever reason, was carrying around gasoline and burning people. The last time that happened was in New York City earlier this year or last year. A person also burned this woman to death, but she died. He burnt her in the train. People was Nobody helped her. People pulled out phones and they videotaped this woman being burned to death in New York City. It's crazy people out here walking around with gasoline and Molotov cocktails. Like what the burning people alive. This ain't the first time. This happened in my city too, on the train. I remember everybody was talking about that. Yo, man, remember that lady got burnt alive and woo woo woo. Like, damn. Yeah. There's some crazy people out here, man. There's some crazy. That's why you gotta, once you leave the house, you gotta pray to get back home to and fro. Gotta pray to make it back home to and fro. Because once you leave the door, once you leave your house, now you in an uncontrolled environment. Once you in your house, it's a controlled environment. Once you go out into the world, now it's not controlled no more. Now you gotta roll and you gotta be as the water. You gotta flow with situations and you know what I'm saying? To make it back home. Cause you're in an uncontrolled environment when you leave your house every day. It's not controlled. The only control you got is when you in your house. Once you leave your house, you in the wild. There's a jungle. You in the world now. You in the world with killers, murderers, everybody walking past. You don't even know who you walking past. You walking around. You walking past serial killers. All kind of wit. Yo, bro. This here, that's why, man, you really gotta be mindful, man. There's a lot of demons and evil people amongst us, man. And it's showing you every day. You like, damn, he could do that to a woman, a helpless woman. I could imagine what his 70 charges, like we only know two charges. One was he knocked a social worker or somebody unconscious. Boom. And then we heard of he burned this woman. That's 2 charges, out of the 70 plus. You can imagine how much harm he caused all through his criminal career, harming people, people crying, and I'm pretty sure he killed a couple people. I'm pretty sure he killed people. He's from Chicago. Chicago is the wild, wild west. You can't tell me you can't tell me he didn't catch a couple bodies. You cannot tell me that. You really need to investigate that guy and see. Did he burn her? Was she only his first burn victim? Because he did it so good that he wasn't burned in the process. Because if you watch the video, like even after he did that to her, he walked away unscathed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, man, if you ain't never did that before, you doubt somebody and you never did that before, and you set a fire, if you never did it before, you are gonna burn yourself in the process too. I see it happen all the time. Rookies try to, set a house on fire or set a business on fire. They woo 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 woo, and they light it and they burn themselves in the process. This guy did this before. He did it before. Because if you look at it, he wasn't hurt. He wasn't nothing. He did that before. He did that before, and he killed before. He's a murderer. He killed before. Now that is a dangerous, dangerous man that they keep releasing back into society. You know what I'm saying? Police did their job. The cops do their job. The cops could lock you up. After that, the cops are done with you. It's the DA and the prosecutors and the judge that free these people, not the cops. The cops lock you up and put you boom. Is when you get in front of these, you know what I mean? Is when they really say, let them back out. Crazy, man. It's I just try to give out good vibes in the world, man. Cause I know this place is run on energy. You got to figure out the matrix of this world. This world is run on energy. So I try to give off good energy, and it comes back like a boomerang, and it encompasses me, and it encompasses the people around me to give off good energy too. And the same thing with negative energy. It's the same thing, bro. So once you know the yin and the yang of life, you're gonna know, like, okay, we gotta protect our energies. The energies we give off might trigger this random person to hurt me. To no fault of my own. It's just your energy, your spirit might trigger a stranger to hurt you. It might trigger a stranger to be attracted to you. Your spirit, your aura attracts people in the world. That's why I said when you leave your house, you don't know what, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what your aura or your spirit gonna attract. Crazies, people who fall in love with you. You know what I mean? To fall in love with your aura, your spirit is their spirit reacting to yours. You know what I'm saying? So every day we pass, we walk past people, for the most part is neutral. Yeah, but sometimes it be negative, and that's where the hurt comes in. You hurt a stranger, for listen, man, really gotta be tapped into this life, man. Really got, good people actually get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Sad day, man. It's sad. But I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Let me go charge up my phone. It's your boy Kavion. Hit that like, subscribe button for your boy. DNA and Goodz. Y'all out of here. I'm out.